amazing. And thank you for joining us here on Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. And today we will be joined by a phenomenal woman, Courtney Rose of SafeFamilies.net. Because there's so much chaos and confusion in the world. It's just not individual. What affects one affects all. So that's why we're having this conversation this morning. And I hope you'll share it with somebody because you all know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who crazy. Oh, they ain't necessarily crazy, but they need some help.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Put your hand up.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the female solution.
And while you're sharing, if you're in some pain, share these. Canaglobe, that is an organization that we have joined in order to raise funding for our projects, the homeless project where we help feed the unhoused, also for our teen talent contest. And they say, Zelda, you selling cannabis? No, we're not selling cannabis. If that's what you want, that's what you do. But I'm a senior. I have aches and pains. I don't know about you. So I got me some watermelon gummies. And I got some shrooms. I don't have them problems anymore, and it just makes my whole workload a whole lot easier. Because we sit in chairs all day, we're not moving, and it is that lack of movement that causes more anxiety and inflammation in our joints, and like our knees and hips and stuff like that. Anyway, I said all that to say this: if you would like to get more information on how to be a big part of that, you can always text me at 312-383-9749. Our store and do your shopping if you like. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Today's show is sponsored by iTex. If you are a business owner or an entrepreneur and you have products or services to sell, and you still shopping at Kmart and all the other marts, then you are throwing money down the drain. All you got to do is go to chicago.itex.com. It's scrolling below, and give them a code name, Zelda, Zelda. Always giving thanks to the ancestors who came before us to make our way possible. Just give them that code, Zelda, and you get $100. Go shopping immediately just because you mentioned my name. But don't tell nobody, okay? No, please tell everybody. Okay. All right, thought I'd share that with you. And speaking of the ancestors, it is almost that time to have our Monday morning mindfulness ritual with the ancestors. And as we do that, we move forward, and I want to share with you some information that I saw online, always giving thanks to the ancestors. And I always mention Herb Kent. My studio at Gospel Radio 1390 was just on the other side. His studio was right next door to mine. So whenever I got off there, I'm right over there recording Herb. And Herbie baby, the spotlight was on you this weekend because his daughter, Robin, is doing something wonderful. Check it out.
Herb Kent was a legendary Chicago radio disc jockey known as the longest running DJ in the history of radio. Now his daughter is honoring his legacy ahead of this weekend's Chosen Few DJs event in Jackson Park. Robin Kent joins us with more. Welcome to the show.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
So tell us, what was it like growing up as this legendary DJ? I mean, I'm talking about known and beloved. What was that like for you?
70 years.
Yeah.
We're talking from WBEZ, WVON, up until V103, which was his radio home until his passing. But for me, growing up was such an adventure because I've shared my dad with Chicago my whole life, so just going out different places and people receiving us with such love and the way my father would make people feel, and I just love the way his persona would come across. So I wanted to, well, we're here today to preserve that,
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
King of the Dusties, the cool gent, he is your father. Tell us a little bit about how you're trying to preserve his life.
Now, you can read and see more of that on our blog, which is tumblr.com, Higher Learning TV Show, and that'll be there after the show. But I just had to share that with you because Herb Kent holds a special place in my heart because we had so many wonderful memories together that you never see off the air or while he's on the air, because when the music goes off, he's in there clowning and telling jokes and we just laughing and having a good time. So that's why I always give thanks to the ancestors. Kudos. Baby, you are gone, but Herb Kent, the DJ, Herb Kent, the cool gent, you are the DJ of Chicago for life, all over the world. This man was known all over the world, started millions of careers. Just these babies don't even know what's going on. Anyway, congratulations to Robin Kent on the wonderful work that she's doing for the foundation, for the Herb Kent Foundation. So thank you so very much for that. And if you would like to continue to help us keep families safe, let us do that with a little morning meditation. Because it is times like this that there is so much chaos and confusion that we need to be reminded that it really is safe. The fear is in here. How is that possible? And they're doing all these crazy things. Well, everything that happens in on the physical plane is a representation of what's going on in our minds. So if there's chaos and confusion in our minds, guess what? There's chaos and confusion in the world, and we are responsible for that chaos and confusion. So how do we make it better? Well, the best way I know to make it better is to do this, and that is to what? Inhale and exhale. But before we do that, as we continue to give thanks to the ancestors, always from which we came, a little Monday morning mindfulness to sit down and have a conversation with those who came before you to make your way possible. All right now. Because they went through hell and hot water and no water too. But that's why we got a little water. Like we do coolie hat, pour it out. I say, baby, that comes from the motherland. Okay, we give thanks. All of y'all. Y'all made it possible. We giving thanks. Hallelujah. Ashe, ashe. And so it is. Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Mama. Katie Robinson. Thank you, Aunt Edna, for taking me in when my mommy passed. Thank you for Uncle Hyde. Thank you for all the pitchforks. Thank you, 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 thank you. Because we wouldn't be here, y'all. We would not be here. You ain't in this by yourself. So I don't know why you acting crazy. All you gotta do is get quiet and do what? Do some deep breathing, which is exactly what we're gonna do right now. So if you are ready to clear some chaos and some confusion in your house, all you gotta do is listen to this. And we're simply going to breathe in and breathe out. That's how you stop the chaos. And it's so simple, we don't even know it. Because we're so used to the chaos and confusion. Well, now you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Because there's a little reminder here. And when you hear this sound, that is your reminder to get out of here and to get back in here in your heart. I want you to feel all of this that's moving and going and all that good stuff. Because if you don't have that going on, you're going to be a little chaotic up here and in your world and in your surroundings. So what we're going to do, take a little sip of coffee this morning. I'm drinking dandelion tea this morning. That's good for everything. Liver, pancreas, spleen, spine, especially if you had diabetes. Got diabetes, Start drinking some dandelion tea and eating some dandelions too. Hold on. Anyway, that's another story, but I'll be adding a tea recipe on the blog. Let me pull it up right quick and send it to you. HLN, I'll do it to you. Tumblr.com/HighLearningTeacher. Okay, right now it's time for breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Have you heard about breathing with the brain? I'm investigating this. I'm going to check on that for you. And exhale. Once more, inhale deeply. Open up that chest cavity. And exhale. Now bring those arms in the air. Bring them up, bring them up, bring them up, bring them up, and clap. Mwah. Clap, 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 clap. Gotta wake up that lymphatic system this morning, cause it's been asleep all night just like you have. Things need to get flowing, cause you're sitting down right now and you've been laying down all night, and you get this lymphatic system moving. Move it, girl. There's a sister named Deborah Ann Matthews. She's weighed probably about 800 pounds. Girl is going through it. She lost 100 pounds and she is so inspiring. And for Deborah Ann Matthews, honey, keep doing what you're doing, because you're inspiring a whole lot of folks. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Giving thanks for the power of the breath. Because it is the breath that will keep time for chaos, confusion. When that drama hits you, all you do is and I promise you, they don't look at you like you done lost your last man. That's what you got your sanity. Okay? Hold it and blow it out. Once more, breathe in. And now breathe in, taking all that energy of the breath up to the forehead, feeling the breath up here as you breathe out, and allowing the breath to move from your face and out, reverberating all through your body. Breathe in. And as you move from side to side, as you breathe out, doing the higher learning hip roll, feeling that energy move down through your hips and your knees and your legs and your toes. Yes, wiggle those toes. As you're still breathing in and out, bringing more energy back up from the feet through the ankles and the ankles and the legs and the insteps. Breathe in. Feeling that energy move back up through the thighs, the hips, and the butt, and the back. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, bringing more light and out. Back up. Shoulders, rotate those shoulders backwards and forward. It's muscle stuff, another stuff. Gotta say, roll those joints, roll them all. Get that body moving. No, you're just gonna look at me, but you need to be moving too. You know, we sit all day. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And as you exhale, bring your head down, chin to chest. Rotate that head to the left and around to the back. Slow down. I want you to feel that stretch. And around to the right. All right. Head up. Inhale deeply. Head down, rotate that head to the right, around to the left. Slow down. I want you to feel the stretch in your neck. You should just be getting to the left and back around to the front. Head up. And look to the left as far as you possibly can, feeling the stretch in the right side. Feel that? Yeah. Okay, head up. Inhale deeply. And exhale, turn your head to the right, feeling the stretch in the left side. And get back. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Giving thanks that we are always at the right place, at the right time, doing the right thing. Now, during the course of the day, there will be some drama in your life. Expected. It's all part of the living experience. I think we call it school here. We do life it, as the children say. And just know that when that drama appears in your face, you do not react. You respond. You don't react. You just go. And they gonna look at you like you're crazy, and you hold it for a hot second or two or three, and you blow it out through your nose, not through your mouth. And then they gonna look at you again like you're crazy, and you just keep breathing until you are so calm. Your nervous system is so calm, and your vagus nerve back there, the one you take these two fingers and squeeze on it, you squeeze on it there if you're stressed out. And when they look at you, you just say, "Thank you for seeing," and walk away. That's one way to avoid some stress. But you got to include that breathing, because that breathing will save you, baby. I can't tell you how many times it's saved. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. Please go to my YouTube channel, Zelda Speaks, or Zelda Speaks Mindfulness. Oh, and speaking of YouTube channels, I do need you to go to our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV Show, and have you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Did I just kick it out? I guess I did. Okay, let me pull it back up for you guys. I pulled it up and kicked it out. Tumblr.com, where you at? Oh, that's, there you go. Higher Learning TV Show. Go to Tumblr.com and then click on Higher Learning TV Show. You see that? You see HLN Daily News, you know you're at the right place. And there's Courtney Rose, and she'll be joining us shortly. This is the information that I really want you to see too. Congressman Danny Davis had a breakfast this past weekend about the property exemption and tax appeals. If your rent is high, if your mortgage is higher, you need this information, and you need to not keep this information. You need to share this information. There's lots of information. Just scroll on down and you'll see that there. But I wanted to share that with you because that is crucial information. Now, it is time for our first break, and when we come back, hopefully we will have our very own Courtney Rose here. And if you have not made your plans for this summer, then it is not too late. Stick around. We'll be glad to see you. Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness sessions on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on Higher Learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
The Soulful Chicago Book Fair, Woodlawn's premier summer event, returns to 61st Street between Cottage Grove and King Drive, Saturday, August 9th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us for another celebration of literary works by and about the Black experience, featuring children's books, fiction books, and nonfiction works by local and international authors. The main stage will host an entertainment lineup second to none, with Pari Lemuel, Aniba and the Soul Stars, and the mesmerizing Moo Moo Fresh. Special guest, DJ Celeste. The community stage features a variety of family-friendly performances, such as DJ sets produced by IC Music, an organization that trains and promotes blind audio engineers. All this and more, Saturday, August 9th, free and open to all. Be there. Visit soulfulchicagobookfair.com for more information.
Latifah, and you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Put your hand right.
And thank you for joining us back here on Monday Morning Mindfulness. I hope you're sharing this link with someone. We have so much information because there's so much chaos and confusion going on. But before I do, let me remind you to get your calendar out right now. I'm old school, just like y'all. And I have a tendency to write things down, so put that on your calendar. Saturday, August 8th, in which we will be there. And we will be broadcasting live. Where's there, Zelda? We will be at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. And that is Saturday. And that is August 9th. And it is the only party that I know of on the planet. I've been to a lot of planets. That is disguised as a book fair. It's a party. It's a celebration. I've never been to a book fair like that. Have you? Well, if you show up, you'll understand. So tell everybody you know. We'll meet you there. We're broadcasting live. Bring your friends. Bring your family. Let's make it a party because that's what it is. We just happen to have some books there. Anyway, thank you so much for that. Kudos to my sister of the microphone, Asada Franklin. Kirkland. I always think Kirk Franklin. Don't ask me why. You know, I go there sometime. Anyway, Asada, thank you so very much for having that book fair because of you, Chicago authors will be known. So thank you. And thank you for sharing this information because you are responsible for your community. Yes, each one teach one. That's what we do. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat here this morning. Let me give her some tea. She'll be all right. But in the meantime, in between time, not everyone has access to tea this early in the morning. Not everyone has access to the bathroom. And if you are one of those people who get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom like I am, you will understand. Because I don't know what I would do if I had to go to the bathroom and couldn't go. I imagine I would just find somewhere to go, which is probably what they do. And you know, no shame on nobody. It's like you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, I said all that to say this. This is our mission here at the Higher Learning Network. And as you can see from our Instagram page, I'm going to scroll down so you can see some of the work that we do. I have been homeless, so I know what that feels like. So I just want to share with you a few of the pages that we do out over the weekend. Might want to turn it up. That's going north on Lakeshore Drive because a lot of people don't know that, but it's a lot of people on the north side who don't have food, y'all. And and the only reason why I know it because I used to live there. And if you are ever going by there, we need you to take a sandwich, take something with you. Excuse me, because people are hungry. And there's a lady where I usually go to. She's gone. Hopefully, she got a house. But take a cookie, take a cup of coffee, take something with you because we can't do it on our own. This is a village, and we have to help those who are less fortunate. Okay, so I don't want to show you that one again. Let me go back here. Uh, can I turn it up so you can hear it? Where's the audio? Hey, y'all know I know why is the audio not coming up? Oh, there it is, duh. And we're just gonna head on over and feed them because this is where we work for the 4th of July, and there's lots of people out here. They're in the tents now, but they'll come out when they see we have food. Okay, and there's some of our people. All right. Alrighty, we got rid of the barbecue. Alrighty, y'all, we got turkey sandwiches today, so hold on, we coming. It's too hot to be cooking, but you'll have plenty of sandwiches and snacks. And thank you, EA. Alrighty, y'all, we got turkey snacks. Thank you, Margie. We appreciate that. You see all that information.
All right, we got lunch. Hey, all right, happy 4th of July. Thank you, Chef Tony. We appreciate y'all.
Woo, Higher Learning Network, EAA. All right, and my sister Linda Barker, all those that contribute to help the Higher Learning Network on our mission to make sure that our unhoused brothers and sisters fed do our best in how they back clothing. That's what we do at the Higher Learning Network. Stay tuned. Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 p.m., Xfinity TV channel 19. Check us out. We'll be glad you did. Peace out.
All right, hey, Tony, what you got on the grill over there?
Hey, what you got over there?
I have lots of baked food, chicken, hamburgers. Oh, he got all of that. Okay. I got that and some because I got burgers too. You don't have burgers. Ha ha.
So she is the CEO of the Higher Learning Network. She can get away with it. But being a wife, you can always say, okay.
Hey, Tony, what you got on the grill over there?
That's enough of that.
I have lots of baked food, chicken.
This is where we will be coming up next Friday for the July 4th barbecue. We're going to come up here and barbecue, y'all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to come up here and grill just for y'all.
That's what I'm talking about.
So thank you, DAA Chicago, for all you do.
So you going to be in that park right there?
I guess so. What we going to be, Tony? Okay, so you can see that on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning 2B Show. And please go there and subscribe, and thank you. And thank you so much for your tax-deductible donations, because we couldn't do it without you. It's, ego and pride ain't nowhere around here. We left them down there on the corner somewhere because we are not too afraid or ashamed to ask for your donations, and we are very grateful for them. But thank you. And thank you, Mrs. Deborah Smith of AD Brown Travel, who is the third Saturday host here on the Female Solution every third Saturday from 12 noon until 1 p.m. So you be sure and check out her show too. If you're traveling this year, you need a travel advisor because there is so much going on, and we're going on a cruise sometime soon. So there's lots of things happening and changing that are going to affect us as we move about. So if you got any comments, we'd love to hear what you have to say this morning. And Gerald Crawford says, this is great. How can I donate? Oh, I'm so glad you asked, Gerald. Please look at the information scrolling below where it says, help us continue to feed our unhoused neighbors in Chicago, tax deductible donations via higherlearningnetwork.org. We accept Cash App, which is in my name, Zelda Speaks, and the number 2, Venmo, which is Higher Learning Network NFP, and Zelle. You got to email me for that. Zelda Speaks at Gmail. And for PayPal, higherlearningnw@yahoo.com. And if you can't remember any of that, just go to higherlearningnetwork.org. People always ask me because I sometimes, I'm a senior, I forget things sometimes. And I say that like it's normal and it shouldn't be, but I forgive myself and I move forward. But I want to show you what the website looks like so you'll know. You see higherlearningnetwork.org. If you can go to the upper right hand corner, I don't know if you can see that on my screen. I will move this screen for you so that you can see, so that when you go down, pull that out the way for you. You can see in the upper room. No, not the upper room, but there you go. In the upper right hand corner. You see that right there? That is the blog. When you click on that, it'll take you on the blog. So that's where you can go. Okay. All right. So now you know that's where to go. And we're going to go and take our last, not last, but close to last break. And when we come back, we are going to have Miss Courtney Rose from safefamilies.net. So you stay right here and we'll be right back.
The Soulful Chicago Book Fair, Woodlawn's premier summer event, returns to 61st Street between Cottage Grove and King Drive, Saturday, August 9th, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Join us for another celebration of literary works by and about the Black experience, featuring children's books, fiction books, and nonfiction works by local and international authors. The main stage will host an entertainment lineup second to none, with Pari Lemuel, Aniba and the Soul Stars, and the mesmerizing Moo Moo Fresh. Special guest, DJ Celeste. The community stage features a variety of family-friendly performances, such as DJ sets produced by IC Music, an organization that trains and promotes blind audio engineers. All this and more, Saturday, August 9th, free and open to all. Be there. Visit soulfulchicagobookfair.com for more information.
Place to go, and thank you for joining me back here on the Female Solution. And I am joined by my co-host today. It is the one and only Courtney Rose. Welcome to the show, my sister. Where did you disappear? Oh, there she is. Grand Rising, and thank you for joining us this morning, Courtney.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It is always a joy to have you here, because you are doing something not just for your family and my family, but for all families, because we live in such a crazy world now. What do we do? Courtney, help us.
What do we do? I don't know what we're exactly supposed to do about everything.
But you're headed.
I do think that this is the time for I do think this is the time for investing in community, investing in people around you, reaching out and creating connections with people, and to build up your network. This is about creating a network of people and a network of resources. You know, I think it's a time for us to say, like, some of the things that we used to rely on, I don't think that those systems are going to be in place anymore. And so we have to really invest in our community.
Yeah, because those systems are breaking down. And they sh-
Yeah.
and they should be, because the work that needs to be done is not going to be done by them, it's going to be done by us.
Right. Yep. And so that's the question, is how do we invest in each other and invest in our community?
And what's some of the steps? I want to pull up the website here so that I can show communities. There you go.
Yeah. So with Safe Families for Children, one of the things that we challenge people to do, you might want to go to safe-families.org.
Oh, I got .net. Sorry.
Yeah, .org. One of the things that we do when we're challenging people to get involved is we're asking people to step up and to say, hey, I'm willing to help become extended family-like support for families that need it in my community. We know that a lot of people are doing this type of work already in their communities, but there are a lot of people who don't have that support system. And maybe they had that support system in the past, but they don't today. Or maybe they never did, and they don't know what it's like to receive support from somebody. For those of us that have healthy support systems, it's beautiful that you're able to call upon your family and your friends, and people will step up when you need a break, when you need help, when you are in crisis. But there are many people who don't have that, and that is really it makes difficult situations even more difficult when you don't have somebody to turn to. And really at the heart of what we at Safe Families for Children do is we try to keep children safe and keep families together. And the way that we do that is we invite people in the community to step up and say, yeah, I'm willing to walk alongside a parent who is in crisis, or a parent who is at risk of entering into a crisis situation because they are unsupported. And so we ask for people to become volunteers. And there's kind of two main ways that people can do that. The first is actually by hosting children in their homes temporarily. And so we have a whole system set up. So if a mom, for example, was facing homelessness, and she gets kicked out of her house or something, she's got her kids, she doesn't have a stable living situation, she can call in and say, hey, I need a safe place for my kids tonight while I figure out housing. And so we that can be for the night, that can be for the weekend, that could be for a couple weeks, because housing can take some time to get figured out, right?
Yes.
And so we're looking for people to take children in. Would you be a safe family for children so that they can have a place to go that's safe? And in the midst of all this, the parent is able to maintain custody over their child. They don't lose rights over their children and get involved with DCFS.
So there is no involvement with DCFS.
There does not need to be involvement with DCFS. That is our goal, is prevention of children entering the DCFS foster system. And so, yeah, that's we sometimes will help in DCFS situations, but the majority of the time, like we prefer it if we're able to keep DCFS out of the situation altogether. Yeah. So we're looking for people who are would be willing to live radically and open up their homes. And then the second way people can get involved is really like, just would they be willing to step up and be a volunteer to walk alongside a parent? So maybe you're not hosting kids in your home, but you're saying, yeah, I could get together with a mom and get coffee with her and just be an extra support system. I could show up for this mom. I might be able to, meet the kids at the park while mom has a few minutes to herself.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's another way, like this notion of building up the community and having a family friend and a family support system that way too.
That is awesome. So, yeah, because people will sometimes be a little reluctant uh, of having people or children for whatever reason a little reluctant in their homes. So that's good information to know that to just go to the park. Yeah, let them go and run themselves ragged so you can get some sleep when
Right.
they fall asleep. Yeah, excellent idea. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And we understand that hosting isn't for everybody. Not everybody should host. It might not be the season of life for you to be hosting little kids in your home or teenagers or whoever it is. We do host children 0 to 18, but that's okay if it's not the right season for you. So we have other opportunities for service. You know, we're always looking for people who just be willing to walk alongside a mom, be kind of like a mentor to a parent. Not necessarily all of them are moms, but you know, another thing people can do is we're always looking for connections with churches. That's part of the way that we create these networks of support is through just building out connections in the community. So if you have, most of the time we do that connection through churches, but if you've got a really strong community group that you're like, hey, I think we could build a network of support through parents this way, would love to get involved with whatever community group you have, what other, you know, fraternity, sisterhood you have, just a group of people who can wrap around parents who are in a vulnerable situation and need support.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because um, not everyone can host in their home, but like going to the park or she needs to go shopping or go to a doctor's appointment or whatever, and you're just with her and the child there. That I had no idea that takes such a load off. It's like that's one less thing on her list that she has to be concerned with. And I commend mothers. I did not bear biological children, but I raised my sister's children, so I know what that's like. And as a 13-year-old not having support, I can't even imagine what it's like now. But I can see what it's like now. So the fact that you're doing this, praise God, because this is exactly what we need. This is when the family needs to come together and do what we do. Make sure the children are okay.
Right. Yes, exactly. And like, I think you're speaking to something that's really simple, is that this isn't complicated. It's just people helping people.
Thank you. Real simple.
It's people doing the thing that is natural to us, which is building community.
And without community, what do we have?
Right.
So we got to have community. So thank you, our viewers and our listeners who are part of this community, because we know you have this information and you will go and share it. And we greatly appreciate that. And if you want to have any comments this morning, we'd love to hear what you have to say at 727, the number scrolling on the screen, 727-731-5192. And we can hear what your comments are this morning. But while I'm on this website, when they go to, and I'll put that up in a second, safe-families.org, what should they do when they get here? Or can I play like just a minute of the mission?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I want to make it big where everybody can see it and take it off of mute so everybody can hear it. That might help, right? All right, here we go.
This is Nellie Roya. She's a committed single mom of 2 beautiful kids. But Nellie has been struggling.
I'm bipolar and have severe depression problems and PTSD. I was pregnant and I lost my baby due to a car accident.
Nellie was overwhelmed. She had no one to turn to for help. No family, no friends, no one.
It's just hard to even imagine that when you're in trouble and you look at your phone and you actually have nobody to call, there are a ton of people that are in that situation.
And then someone reported her to Child Protective Services. She faced the very real possibility of losing her kids.
When I got in touch with my therapist, I told her that I wanted to commit suicide. My therapist called me and was like, I have a program for you.
We'll get back to Nellie, but before we do, you should meet the guy who started a movement to help people like her, Dave Anderson. While working as a psychologist 20 years ago, he met a little girl who had been severely beaten.
And then I met the mom, and I had to admit that I was a little angry at her.
The little girl's mom told Dave that she had to work and her daughter had gotten sick. If she missed one more day of work, they were going to fire her. So having nowhere else to turn, she asked her ex-boyfriend to watch her daughter. And while she was at work, he beat her.
I really just started to think, boy, if we could have offered this mom a place for a child to go and caring people that just wanted to be helpful to her, that this whole situation could have been avoided.
That experience and that insight prompted Dave and his wife Karen to start rethinking an institution that affects over 400,000 American kids and their parents, the foster care system.
Can I interrupt and give you some information on Safe Families?
Their movement, Safe Families for Children, is based on a really simple idea. While there are situations that require that kids be removed from the care of their parents, the vast majority of individuals caught up in the foster care system are really great parents who love their kids. And the problem is they're alone and facing crisis.
If you dig a little deeper, why were things not going well? They didn't have the family, friends, neighbors who could step in to provide the extra support.
We believe that that parent is capable to be the parent that their children need them to be. It's really all about relationships. If they're in their situation because of social isolation, they need relationships that continue after kids are returned home.
Safe Families exists to provide a supportive community and resources to struggling parents before it becomes necessary for the state to step in and remove their children. Put another way, Safe Families exists to connect volunteers like Danielle Patelis with parents like Nellie Roya.
Hi, Miss Chloe. I love you, Chris.
A couple years back, Danielle started to look into ways that she could help foster kids. And that's when she found Safe Families.
It was everything that I had been praying about and looking for. But I was also still not sure how that was going to play out in terms of me being a single woman, number one, and living in a house of other single women. One thing about Safe Families was that they were extremely inclusive.
The day after completing the vetting and approval process, Safe Families matched Danielle and her roommates with Nellie, Chloe, and Christina. They've been caring for the kids full-time for the past 4 months.
Hey, what do you say?
Now, I'm going to pause that because it's 7 minutes long and we're only halfway through it. And the show will be open. We'll still be on here showing the video. So what I'm going to do is show the video on our blog, Higher Learning. Go to higherlearningnetwork.org and click in the upper right-hand corner, and it'll take you to the blog. And we're going to take our last informational break here, and we will be right back with you. So you stay close, and we'll be right back.
Latifa, and you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Put your hand right.
Canaglobe. That is an organization that we have joined in order to raise funding for our projects. The homeless project, where we help feed the unhoused, also for our teen talent contest. And they say, Zelda, you selling cannabis? No, we're not selling cannabis. If that's what you want, that's what you do. But I'm a senior. I have aches and pains. I don't know about you. So I got me some watermelon gummies and I got some shrooms. I don't have them problems anymore, and it just makes my whole workload a whole lot easier. Because we sit in chairs all day, we're not moving, and it is that lack of movement that causes more anxiety and inflammation in our joints, and like our knees and hips and stuff like that. Anyway, I said all that to say this: if you would like to get more information on how to be take part of that, you can always text me at 312-383-9749.
Hi, we're the Back to That team, and you're watching the Higher Learning Network.
On Monday Morning Mindfulness, I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and we are here with Courtney Rose, the director of Safe Families for Children. And if you just saw the last video and you didn't get a chance to see it all, don't worry about it. It'll be on our blog. Just go to higherlearningnetwork.org and go to the upper right-hand corner and click on blog. And let me see with comments here. The Female Solution says, how do you screen families who participate to make sure there is no mental illness or other harmful behavior? Excellent question, Naima.
So I'm going to take it from two directions. One, if you are a volunteer and if you're asking that, how do we screen volunteers who participate? We do have a very thorough vetting process. All of our volunteers are fingerprinted through DCFS. We run background checks. They're all mandated reporters. They go through training. They are interviewed. They are screened. So it's a pretty rigorous process where we ask a lot of questions, and we want to make sure that our volunteers are safe. If you're asking, are we screening parents and their children to make sure that there's no mental illness or harmful behavior? Sometimes we ask those questions, and we vet that too, to see, like, a lot of our parents are struggling with mental health issues. A lot of the children are dealing with mental health issues, but we want to make sure that those are not outside of the scope of what our volunteers are able to provide help and support for. Because sometimes parents and children just need to be referred into a program that can offer stronger supports set in place there. But we do ask a lot of questions to make sure that this is going to be a good fit for everybody. But I'm imagining that your question was more about how do we vet our volunteers. So just know that it is a thorough vetting process, and
you do the work.
Our volunteers are amazing. They're really amazing, beautiful people.
And I said that I would be volunteering, like to go to the park or something like that, or grocery shopping or running errands or something like that. So what's the next step? What's the process? What do we do?
Yeah, so if you go onto the Safe Families website, in the corner, there is a drop-down menu where it says, there's a menu on the right-hand side, and then another menu will pop up, and there's one that says Get Involved. If you click on that, you can choose, do you want to be a host? Do you want to be a family friend? Now, it sounds like to me you're interested in being a family friend. So you click on family friend, gives you a little bit more information about that. And then there's a button at the bottom that says, let's see. So yep, go up to, there should be a button that says
Get Involved.
Get Involved. Yep.
Okay. Safe families, schools, be a host family, be a family friend. So I would want to be a family friend, right?
Be a family friend.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to click on that.
And then scroll down.
Okay.
And then click that blue button.
Be a family friend. Okay. Oh, okay. And this is the application. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then once you apply, we will get in contact with you and help you start the process of getting involved.
Okay, now because some of us are seniors and a little um um more experienced or less experienced for some, does that matter? Is there some kind of training, or you just show up and just be there in case they need something? How does that work?
No, we have training, and our training goes over, well, how does this work? How do I actually get
Be a family.
connected to a parent? But it also gives you some skills and understanding what is safe families, and skills of really basic things like really basic understanding, some child development, some interacting with parents who have experienced trauma, and just some skills you enter in with acknowledging like, where are you coming from, and how is that going to affect how you interact with a person, and it's also knowing, like, you are not going to be supporting a parent without support
Well, that is
yourself.
so.
We have staff and volunteers in place to support you as you support a parent.
Oh, wonderful. That takes the pressure off. It's like I got to go in here and
Yeah.
be Superman, and that's not going to work. So,
No.
okay.
Nobody's saving anybody here. We can't save anybody.
Okay. Well, Courtney,
We just do the best we can to support one another.
I want to thank you for living your mission and for sharing this information. Please go to safefamilies.org, safe-families.org, and fill out the application. You want to be a friend, like I'm going to be a friend, or you can be a sitter, whatever works for you. Give us a last word of encouragement, Courtney.
Yeah, I just want to encourage everybody to step up and to live radically, to live generously, and to live intentionally. This is hard work of the hard work of community, but we can't survive without one another.
Wow, I love that. Hard work of the community, because we have to help each other. We are not an island. We must do it together. Thank you so much, Courtney. And you're coming back when? In another
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Yes, please come back.
Sure.
We need
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
And when we come back,
Yeah,
I'm going to be a part of this safefamilies.org because I'm filling out my application today.
amazing. Excited to connect.
All righty. Thank you so much, Courtney. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
next time. All righty. Thank you so much. And thank you, our viewing audience, for listening and for viewing and for sharing this information, because we can't wait on the system to do what we need to do for our children and our families. So let's do it together. I want you to share this information, and I want you to go to the website and sign up. Give a mother a break. She just needs just a break. You saw the video, and let me go post it on the blog right now, safefamilies.org. And is there another comment there? Oh, wow. Lawrence Lenore. Hey, Lawrence. He says, this is awesome. Yes, it is. And yes, village minded, baby. It's all about the family, because if it's not about the family, if it ain't about the village, it ain't about nothing. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for sharing your morning with us here on Monday Morning Mindfulness. And be sure and share this with somebody, because we all know somebody who need this. Tomorrow morning, Gathering of the Griots with Asada, the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. And don't forget, girls, check out my girl Effie Roth on urbanpraise.org. Stay on purpose, stay on power, and share this video. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for
Latifah, and you're watching ZTV on the Higher Learning Network. Put your hand right.
I am now prospered in expected and in unexpected ways. I am now prospered in expected and in unexpected ways. I give thanks for all that I have and for all that I share. Abundance is mine. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a wonderful feeling. There's a handsome man coming my way. Oh, there is a handsome man coming my way. Hi there. What's your name?
Hi.
What's your name?
Aquarius. My name is Tony. And what I want you to do for me is if you have Xfinity TV, tune in to the Higher Learning Network Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 p.m., Xfinity TV channel.